Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're continuing on with Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 7, Chapter 15. Now, we are showing this two ways, one on YouTube, one on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're limited on how much we can show of picture-in-picture. If you're watching this on Patreon, there is no picture-in-picture. However, you'll get the entire reaction uncut. You'll need a Disney Plus subscription so you can open up Mandalorian in an adjacent window, and we'll have a countdown timer for you to sync up real easily. And that's it. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for hanging out with us. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that bell icon, all notifications. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here on the Patreon page. Patreon.com/JabyKoay. All right, without further ado, let's get into this, shall we?
Crazy tweet.
It's like I can't take him seriously.
Oh, I take him very seriously. I think he's actually perfect for the show. I was thinking about that earlier today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he just fits it. The fact of the matter is, he's not a Star Wars geek. He has nothing that he's trying to own up to other than being the best version of that guy possible.
Right.
And so he just does his best to honor it.
Right. I guess I still see him as Bilbo.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that can't be helped.
Inmate 34667.
What?
Please salute Marshal Dune.
I remand prisoner number 34667 to my custody.
Somebody gonna tell me what's going on here?
Let's go.
Hey.
Inmate 3466.
I think he's so perfect for the show.
Courtesy.
Oh, shit. Look how, like, clean it looks.
I know, right?
All you need to know is I bent a lot of rules to bring you along.
Why am I so lucky?
Because you're Imperial.
Hey, that was a long time ago, all right?
But you still know your Imperial clearances and protocols.
Where do you go? Like, which is the lesser of two evils?
We need coordinates for Moff Gideon's cruiser.
Yeah, forget it. Just take me back to the scrapyard. I'm not doing that.
They have his kid.
The little green guy?
Yeah,
I help you guys get him back. You guys let me go?
that's not how this works.
Well, then what's in it for me?
You get a better view.
I can't get those coordinates unless I have access to an internal Imperial terminal. I believe there's one on Morak.
Do we trust him?
These remnant bases are set up and run by ex-ISB. If you get scanned and your genetic signature shows up on any New Republic register, you're gonna be detected, and this gun's out.
Fennec will go.
No, I'm wanted by the ISB.
Fett?
Let's just say they might recognize my face.
Great, so it's me going in alone.
No way. The minute he gets inside, he'll tip him off. He'll be a hero.
Hey, this wasn't my idea. I'm doing you guys a favor.
Deal's off.
Oh.
I'm taking him back.
I thought he was gonna take off the mask for a second.
I'll go, but I won't be showing my face.
Oh,
As a
underneath?
stormtrooper.
As a stormtrooper.
Yeah. But then he won't have his, like, armor, will he? No one heard them. What's gonna happen?
Hey, how's it feel? Huh? Hey, come on, man. You still get to wear a helmet, right? All right, you know what? I'm taking this thing off. I can't see anything. I don't know how you people wear those things. And by you people, I do mean Mandalorians.
Why is he so silent? It's really, like, stressing me out.
Look, if you were born on Mandalore, you believe one thing. If you're born on Alderaan, you believe something else. I'm a survivor, just like you.
You and I are nothing alike.
I don't know. Seems to me like your rules start to change when you get desperate. We're all the same.
Control. We need a new...
Uh-oh.
What was that?
Uh-oh. Ah!
Juggernaut 4 has been destroyed.
What the heck?
Are you seriously shooting a blaster in there right down to you?
Oh, wow. Oh, shit.
Gosh.
That works also, yes. Ooh! Oh, you're not used to that, are you? That's what I was, like, scared of. You know, because he's used to fighting a certain way with his armor.
Right.
Pick it up, drive faster.
Yeah, I can't, though. Oh, jeez.
I don't think faster's a good idea!
I don't think slower is a good idea either. Oh no. Ooh.
Oh,
wow.
damn. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Ah.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, that was cool. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, gosh, you guys.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice, nice, nice.
Huh. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Gosh. Oh, no.
It's gonna blow up. Because they have those grenades in their hands now.
Yeah. I don't know if they detonated them yet, though. Oh, that's what it feels like to get hit when you don't have Beskar. It sucks.
I wonder if that truck is, like... I wonder what is real.
Yeah.
Because it all looks so good.
Mm-hmm. Have they just had Bill Burr take off his mask so that you can tell the difference between the two?
Yeah,
more
probably.
readily?
I mean, yeah, I mean...
Ooh, anyone recognize him?
Nope. Can't go in there. Fallon has. I used to serve under him.
Will he recognize you?
I don't know.
If we don't get those coordinates, I'll lose the kid forever. Give me the data stick.
In order to access the network, the terminal has to scan your face.
Give it to me.
10 seconds to system shutdown. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2. Facial scan complete.
Trooper.
Let's see, mask back on.
Hey, Trooper. What's your designation?
My designation is transport co-pilot.
No, sir. What's your TK number?
This is my commanding officer, TK-593, sir. I'm Imperial Combat Assault Transport Lieutenant TK-111, sir.
What's your name, officer?
We just call him Brown Eyes. Isn't that right, officer?
You're the tank troopers who delivered the shipment of Redonium.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come with me. Let's get a drink.
Oh,
Lord.
Yeah, gosh, and they cast such a, like, sinister-looking guy, too.
Yeah.
How about a toast to Operation Cinder?
Now there's a man who knows his history.
No, I don't just know it. I lived it. I was in Burning Con.
That was a hard day. I had to make many unpleasant decisions.
Yes, you did.
Hmm.
Entire city gone in moments, along with everybody in it. We lost our whole division that day.
All heroes of the Empire.
Yeah, and all dead.
Well, it's a small sacrifice for the greater good.
Depends on who you ask, don't you think? The families?
He's not letting it
The
go.
guys I served with?
The New Republic is in complete disarray, and we grow stronger. You see, with the Redonium you've delivered, we can create havoc that's gonna make Burning Con just pale by comparison. And then they're gonna turn to us once again. Everybody thinks they want freedom, but what they really want is order.
Oh, he's gonna unleash hell, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Or can he control it?
To the Empire.
Oh! Oh! Like for a second there, I was like,
Put your mask back on.
is he just gonna let him go?
I never saw your face.
Come on, you guys! Blaze of glory! Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Yeah, you don't want to fall down there, jeez. Okay.
halfway up.
On my way.
Oh, cool. Nicely coordinated.
What the hell you think I'm doing?
Thought he would make it for a second there.
Hand me that cycler rifle.
Revenge.
Oh, nice.
I'm really liking his character in this episode.
We got company.
Uh-oh.
Hang on.
Ooh. What was that?
I don't know. It was awesome. That was dope. I wonder if that was used in episode 2 at all.
Well, looks like it's back to the scrap heap. All right, officer. Take me back.
You know, it's too bad Mayfield didn't make it out alive back there.
Yeah, too bad.
What are you talking about?
Looked to me like prisoner number 34667 died in the refinery explosion on Morak.
Does that mean I can go? Huh? Yes, I will.
All right, skedaddle.
You get the coordinates on Moff Gideon?
We did. Moff Gideon,
Oh.
you have something I want. Soon, he will be back with me.
What happened to element of surprise?
I know. I'm like, why though?
Yeah.
You just like gave everything away, dude. Now he's gonna be like ready for you and all that. What if they decide to change their course? Or are they just like too proud?
Even though this was a shorter episode, I still loved it. I think that the
was
episodes
so
are like
good.
consecutively getting better and better and
I
better.
know.
Yeah.
Disney Plus, why can't you just be like the other streaming platforms and just like drop all of them at once? Because I just want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
Get Baby Yoda already.
That was a fantastic episode. I mean, Bill Burr was a great addition to season 1. They didn't show him in the trailer, as I recall, for season 2. But
No.
I was right away saying, please, I hope he's in season 2. I hope he's in season 2. And I'm so glad they brought him back because his character is so cool. Like before watching this, I was trying to say earlier in this reaction that I think he's a great addition to the Star Wars universe because what he brings to it is a sense of grounded realism that he's just being himself, and it
Yeah.
works really well. He doesn't have all the pressures of I'm in a Star Wars movie. Sam Jackson's awesome, but he goes into Star Wars with the pressure of Star Wars. And most anyone else who signed up for episodes 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 went
Yeah.
in with the pressure of Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them did fantastic jobs, but like Bill Burr comes in not giving a shit about any of that legacy. He's just like, I just want to get this right here.
Yeah.
You feel it. And he really feels like this lived-in dude who's part of this universe, who's part of this world. He feels like a guy who's like had it rough. He was a fantastic choice by Jon Favreau. I think it was a bold choice and a very smart one. And it works fantastic. You know?
Yeah, and I think that they gave him a really great story, like a backstory to work with here, because in season 1 he was like part of that ragtag band of like criminals basically.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, oh no, but there's a reason, and he's so much more likable.
I think he's always been
I mean,
likable. I mean, he was he was a dick in the
Yeah.
first season, but like that was how he was written. But I mean, he fit it very, very well.
Yeah, and I mean it's Bill Burr,
Yeah.
and we're Bill Burr fans, so it's always
Yeah.
going to be exciting to see him. But I just really like what they did with his character here. I thought it was really lovely. It was very nuanced. It was so exciting as well to see Mando take off his helmet, because it's such a big deal. Like they've made it this whole thing throughout the series where he's part of the Mandalorians who really believe that you must not show your face, you can't take your helmet off. And then we know that he really cares for Grogu, but this just proves to what extent he loves him. It's really sweet. I was just like,
No, I get it. Yeah, I agree with you. And I wonder if there was any improv on set, because in some of those moments where he said we call him Brown Eyes, I wonder if he caught Pedro Pascal off guard a little bit, because it looked like he was caught off guard in those scenes. And it's like he's either that good of an actor or there was some improv going on.
could have been either way.
Because it looked like he was literally stunned in the moment because he couldn't believe what was happening, and he maybe was trying to hold back a laugh or two.
I don't know.
Because like Bill Burr just handled that scene so fantastically. And on the other end of it, I mean, I haven't seen Bill Burr in that was going to say the Logan movie, the Hugh Jackman movie. There's a film that Bill Burr shares with Hugh Jackman. I forgot what it's called, but I think he's playing a politician or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. Bill Burr's been in a number of films. This is the first time I got to see him where he showed an emotional side.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, like, I don't know what his training is, if he's got any at all, but he really brought forth some kind of pain that you could feel in that moment. When he was talking about, you know, what he dealt with, you and I both know he doesn't have any of that experience, but he certainly, as you as a trained actor, like certainly more than me, like I have some training, but like you have more than me, I guess. I suppose it's debatable. But for some reason, I have this like complex that you have more like authentic training than I do because I went to a community college.
Classically trained conservatory style.
Whatever the case is, you know, I believed him. Like I am so familiar with Bill Burr, and yet I believed him in that moment when he was talking about what he went through.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it in his eyes. He looked like someone who was struggling with PTSD, and you know, here he was faced with a person responsible for all of that trauma that he must have lived through. Like, yeah, he's clearly done the work. He's pulling from something. It was just really, really beautifully nuanced, and I loved a lot of the stuff that was going on between him and Pedro Pascal as well, like the little looks that they were exchanging back and forth. Like, it was just so minute, but it just kind of really drew you in and made you feel like, you know, you were watching your two friends in school trying to get away with something. Right. At least that's the feeling that I got.
Well, one of my favorite moments in that scene was actually when he handed him back his helmet, you know, and he looked away. It's like he was trying his best to be respectful.
The whole conversation that he was having with Mando in the, whatever it is, the tank, right? It kind of shows just the type of person he is. Because he was kind of saying, you know, we're all the same, really. Like, we just believe in different things. Like, the title of the episode is The Believer.
It's really written to him. That's totally the kind of stuff Bill Burr would say.
Yeah.
It was very smartly written to him. And it again makes me wonder, like, how much information was given to Bill Burr and, like, how much room he had to play with for himself. Because Bill Burr has talked a lot about being on set and, like, people kind of want him to make jokes and stuff like that. He's like, no, like, I'm doing something serious here.
Right.
Like, he takes it very, very serious. You know, earlier I was saying how he doesn't have the pressure of Star Wars, but he has the pressure of himself getting this done right. I wonder what the dialogue was on set of if he has room to insert his own vocabulary in there, his own verbiage, the way he would talk about it, and you know, his approach philosophically, because it all felt like Bill Burr stuff. You know what I mean?
Even the way he talks and stuff, like his cadence and everything, it's his dialect. It's all him.
Yeah. But like right from the beginning, I mean, obviously he stole the show in this particular episode.
Yeah.
I guess that was sort of the point. But right from the beginning, when he's in the scrapyard, you know, handling junk and whatnot, he gets called over by the robot. Like, just the way that was written, shot, and the way he was allowed to just be himself.
Yeah.
And it feel lived in. That's the thing I really appreciate about this show, is it's not rushing from one scene to the next. It's got great action in it, but it's not rushing to it or rushing through it. When they were being chased near the end, the weapon that Boba Fett used, I think that was used in episode 2, if I'm not mistaken. There was a weapon that I vaguely recall. It's been so long since I've seen episode 2 and 3, but there's a weapon I vaguely recall, and I think it was associated with Jango Fett, where it had that sort of effect where the audio would cut out for a second, and then there would be this big explosion.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I remember that from episode 2 or 3, and it was like it was cool back then. And so that might have been a nod to the like hardcore fanboys who really have been following this stuff religiously, much more than I have, obviously. But nonetheless, as a casual viewer, that was still really cool.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not, like, I have that connection to episode 2 and 3, like, I thought it was really, really cool the way that weapon was used. It's just like the audio cut out and then got obliterated.
Sonic boom.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah. I thought that the pacing of this episode was so good as well, because like you said, it really allowed the kind of emotional and dramatic moments to breathe, but at the same time, when there was action, it was really great. It just picked up.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the fight scenes, like the one on top of the tank was super cool.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was really exciting.
There's this stunt that I've seen used more recently, more often, where the stunt guy will like take a dive like face first into the ground, and like his whole body, it's like goes ragdoll into the ground, and it's the neatest stunt I've seen, because I have no idea how they're pulling it off. It looks like they're face planting.
Yeah.
And I know that's not CGI. I mean, I don't think it is. I think that's like a stunt guy. Some people have trained on how to do that without hurting themselves, and it looks so good. Because I was watching the stunts and I was just admiring it. I'm like, all that looks like practical, and it looks really, really good how they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know? More than the fight choreography, I was impressed with the stunts, because you're seeing it. like, it's not CG. You're seeing them take these falls and whatnot.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not really on a moving vehicle. Okay, well, for instance, at one point, someone got knocked off the truck and, like, rolled away. And I was just like, the way that looked, it just looked really good.
There was one part where someone got knocked over and then they kind of did this really beautiful, like, just like little flip or something. And I was like, wow.
A somersault or something.
Yeah, that looked really, really nice. Like, they were really selling it.
Yeah.
All the stunt people, they were really selling it to make Mando look good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when Pedro Pascal took off his helmet, like you were saying, like, there's a lot has been built up to that moment.
Yeah.
And it's just really illustrating to you just how important the kid is to him, Grogu. You know, just how important he is. Like, he has to break his own rules to complete this mission just so he can get the kid back. Like, it's just like, this kid is worth everything to him, including the thing he deems most honorable, which is, like, maintaining...
It's kind of like his identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's such a huge part of him, and like the question is like, how far are you willing to go for someone that you love?
Yeah.
And the answer is all the way.
There was a small moment where they were opposite of the dude at the table. He was talking about how the shipment they just brought in is going to help them do some damage that's going to obliterate the thing that Bill Burr was talking about in his past. And you could see in Bill Burr's face, like, that moment of like, what the F did I just do? You know, like, I am helping to facilitate this heinous, evil stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, just the way Bill Burr was acting. I mean, I just love the way the director and Bill Burr played. You know, they did a great job.
Because it was this great moment where, at least for me, I was like, okay, is he gonna?
Yeah.
Or is he not? Like, it could have gone either way, and you were kind of holding your breath as you're kind of waiting for him to make his decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for a second there, I thought that maybe he was just going to collect himself and be like, okay, the mission's more important.
No, he was clearly getting emotional,
It was like, no.
But, I mean...
Pow.
The first thing I think of when I see that kind of stuff is Inglourious Bastards. There's the scene in the bar downstairs. But then I think about, you know, Quentin Tarantino borrows from everybody. He steals from everybody. And so that's obviously like an old school Western trope of some kind that I just, like, I don't know where that started.
Right.
But I mean, you go far back as something like Hitchcock, the scene on the train when they have the poison wine or glass or whatever. You know, it's just good tension building table talk. That's really good filmmaking, you know, to be able to build that level of tension for 3 actors around a table.
Yeah, well, and even just that whole scene had so much tension because it was like, is the officer gonna recognize Bill Burr?
Right.
And or like when Mando goes up there and it won't read his face because he's wearing a mask. And it's like, will he do it in time? And they're looking at him and it's like, oh my God, will they notice? Like, there's so many different levels of tension there. And we're all just like, oh my God, just get out of there. Just do the thing. You have to leave. Like, and then he's all like, oh, congrats, you guys. Let's have drinks. It's like, no, this was not part of the plan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so good. So good.
And I loved Boba Fett's cleaned up outfit.
Yeah.
It just looks so good.
That was snazzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun episode overall.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it and very much looking forward to next week. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully enjoy that reaction and discussion. Let us know your feelings in the comments below, please. And do subscribe, hit that bell icon, all notifications if you could be so kind. Helps us out. And if you're watching this on the Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. Very, very much appreciate it. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.